Halloween today. I am not doing anything today, personally, but because it is Halloween, I thought for filming purposes, I'm going to dress up as a vampire bar wench. I don't actually know. I just thought it was a cute vibe to go for little skirt action. I almost never wear skirts. This is the only skirt that I have, and I actually really love it because it's like a blanket. So yeah, cozy vampire vibes. I don't know. Oh, and I also got white fluffy socks with hearts on it because I thought that that would be very cute and very on brand for, I don't know, for a cozy vampire. I feel like it fits the vibe. I'm going to put a to-do list right here or something. Or should it be over here? Now I'm gonna put it over here. First thing I need to do is to eat breakfast. I made vegetable pancakes yesterday. They are so fire! Second thing I need to do is to make my mock-up table. I need to figure out exactly what I am missing, and the best way to do that is to set up everything and then have a look. Third thing I need to do is to sort out my illustrations for my new stickers and prints that I want to bring to Hyper Japan because I can't get it made if I don't have the illustration. The final thing that I need to get sorted for my stickers, I'm planning on having that all self-serve. My coasters will probably be self-serve as well if there's enough space on the table. And then everything else is gonna go behind the thing. So I need to organize how I'm gonna have my keychains, my mugs, my glass tumblers, my hypothetical coasters if they don't fit on the table, my prints, all of that is gonna go behind the table. And obviously there's not a lot of space, so I need to figure out what's the best way I can organize everything. And I also need to edit more short form content. I ended up rendering the second episode of my YouTube video yesterday. I didn't actually have time to edit more short form content for my socials. I also need to edit a YouTube thumbnail, actually. I forgot about that. So a lot of things on my list today. I don't believe I'll be able to finish all of those today, but one can try. As long as I can start with doing the sketches for the illustration, I can clean them up on my journey to work. Yeah, that's the plan. Time for breakfast. Okay, I know it looks a little bit toasty right now, but my breakfast, I finished my tea, boiling the kettle right now so I can make another tea, and I'm going to do a little tidy up, and then I'm going to put the mock-up there. I'll put you up there, and then we will do another time lapse. There's just a bunch of time lapses in this video, it seems. Most of the setup now. I am very excited by this because it is looking quite good so far. I still need to take out my stickers and line them up and make sure that they all fit perfectly. And I think that I definitely have space for a self-serve system for the coasters. I do have B grade coasters and I will be displaying them next to the A grade ones. And to make sure that people are aware, I think I am going to stick some stickers at the bottom labeling that these are the B grade ones. And then now I need to think about where I'm gonna put my price tags for things. I do have this panel here which seems very empty right now. I'm gonna move some of the self-serve keychains down to here so it's a little bit more spread out and it's not as cluttered. I am thinking of maybe putting my die cut stickers up here because they're smaller so they can be closer to eye level, and then my sticker sheets down here because I don't have any of the A4 prints because I'm printing those in Manchester. I just used those random sheets of A4 paper that I used to test out the signs and wrote out which prints are gonna go where. I'm thinking of making a little trim that goes like here. It's like those cafe, marquee, canopy type things. I'm not sure about what to do with this because it's very blank space right now. Otherwise, I'm feeling quite good about this display. Another thing I got on Amazon that I picked up at Karina's is this business card holder. Shout out to Leia because she's the one who helped me order my stuff off of Amazon. Hello again. So I've started working on the garland. So I was thinking I could make some kind of garland and have like little circles of letters spreading, like spelling out coconuts with, and then I can have it taped to the front of my table or something. By making little circles with the letters in them, and I am now printing them out on some card. And because I'm lazy, I'm going to send it through the silhouette again. Also because I want it to have perfect circles. I have a silhouette, might as well use it, right? Again, this video is just gonna be full of time lapses. The 6th of November. I definitely had a little bit of a crashing out moment. I had quite a few shifts at work, and then I really just mentally I couldn't do it. As I said before, whenever I need to do a lot of socializing, I struggle the next day, and I actually had to go into full-on hiding for 2 days after my big weekend of socializing. So literally I have no idea how I'm going to handle Hyper Japan when I am struggling to socialize with my coworkers. Not that I'm struggling to socialize with them, I'm just struggling to keep up the energy. I think also like I was a little bit off the walls. I think like the ADHD hit during my shift. I was just doing too much. Now I'm suffering the consequences, and you can tell that it's bad because I've been breaking out, and I've also been picking my skin, which is really bad. It's really bad. Even though I haven't been filming, I have been working on stuff behind the scenes. So if you can see here, I finally printed out all of the mock-ups for where the art prints are gonna go for my display. I'm very excited about this. So I finally finished cleaning up the illustration of Rain Whispers and Ida Clawthorne. In my files, this is named Hat Gay. Look at them! Look at them! Ah! They bring me so much joy. I love them so much. And as I said previously, I've been recently very obsessed with Apothecary Diaries. So I had to do a little illustration of Mao Mao. I also printed out the 5x7 prints for these as well. I'm really happy with how they turned out. This little folder has all of my art prints in there, and I had to do some color testing as well. So this is one of the tests that I did, but I thought that the orange in the line art was a little bit too neon, but I personally really like this look. I just don't think that it suits the illustration all too well. So this is the final print that I've done for Rada. I think they look so good. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I can't wait to see it blown up into an A3 print, which is insane. I'm only gonna print a couple A3 prints for each of these because I doubt anybody's gonna buy any A3 prints. And here is my Mama art print. I think she came out so cute. I really love how she came out. I think the way I render people have really changed over the years, but this has really pulled me back to how I used to illustrate. And I'll put some photos around to explain what I mean. Since I am feeling a little bit better today, I am definitely going to really focus on tidying. I did start doing my 2 loads of laundry yesterday. I have to also go over my sticker inventory and make stickers. I think I don't have enough of each sticker design because I wanted to bring at least 10 of the die cut stickers depending on the sticker. And for some of the stickers here, I know for a fact I only have like 4 or something because I sold some during the zine fair, and then I also had
couple of orders on Etsy. Let me just quickly go over this whole situation with my setup right now. These art prints are just printed on copier paper at the moment, so looks kind of rubbish. And because I've got this empty space here, I'm planning on putting my prices here, so it'll be like 5x7, A4, A3, and then another little thing over here saying that all of these art prints come in those 3 different sizes. I did a little bit of changes up in here. First of all, I've added my stickers, and I decided to change up the setup for my keychains. Before, I decided that I was going to just hook them onto here, and I did not like that. And then I realized even if I added these hooks, which are extremely long and I thought would distract from the rest of this display, when people are walking around, it's not actually too bad. So I decided to actually utilize these plastic hooks that I bought to do like a proper self-serve for all of these keychains that haven't really done well. Same thing over here, because originally I was going to shove all of my keychains onto this one panel alone. That doesn't look very good. I am going to switch out these grey boxes for my pink and yellow boxes. Other things I've done is I've made a price list on Canva. I just printed it out on some card. I also made an anti-AI sign. I also made this I don't know what else to call it except for like a cafe marquee scalloped edge situation, because I thought that it was cute. That's it. I just thought it was cute and I really wanted it, and I had it in my first iteration of my Artist Alley table design. I really liked it. I thought it was the most adorable thing ever. So I made it. I am a little bit annoyed because it is a little bit shorter. Each of these panels are about 30 centimeters wide, and then you've got a little bit of extra discrepancy with the gaps and such. Literally, I made this using 1 sheet of A4 paper, so obviously this length here is a little less than 30, the margins as well, so that cuts it down. So obviously there's like this little gap right there. I really wanted to literally make one of these and just stick it on the other side, but I thought it's fine. It's an Artist Alley display. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm gonna have all of these little decorative things like littered across the place anyway. I've had a surge of ideas and I've wanted to illustrate them, and I also want to work on a gacha like blind bag line for my keychains, because I want to redo the clowns. I want to make some Foobs and Grog keychains as well. Foobs and Grog gacha. Oh, I forgot to mention. There's this. I didn't show that. Hold on. So on Instagram, I post little comic strips of Foobs and Grog, but they're just like panels on Instagram. I turned it into this comic strip type print thing. It's very simple, but I think it sparks joy.
I took the whole clear pricing thing very seriously, and I made a bunch of tiny little price tags, and I'm going to tag all of my items very slowly over the next week. It is the 8th of November today, and I am feeling a lot better now. I have been suffering from severe burnout the last couple of days, so I've kind of been like not really giving too much proper information about everything. I decided I was gonna do a little show and tell moment of what I've done, as per usual. So first of all, made these little card slots because I'm gonna put my coasters in this. And it's not very obvious what's in there because my coasters are so small in comparison. Even if the whole box is filled, they only stick out like yay much. And I've made 2 of those for my A grade and my B grade coasters. I also made these tags for my art prints. And then I've got 3 of these like tags, like each of these tags are different. I've got this for my die cut stickers. This is gonna live here, like that there. I've got my sticker sheet ones, is gonna live there. I also got my glass tumbler and my ceramic mugs. Those are gonna live here. Bullet journal sticker sheets. There's this tag here. And then I also made a little standing card thing so they can kind of show there. Because you know, examples below. This is the examples below. And then I also made some like 2 left, 1 left, sold out tags. Didn't make a lot because I honestly don't think I'm gonna sell too much. So I've got like two left. So whenever I have one where it's like, oh, I only have a couple left, I can like stick it there or something. So I thought that I could maybe be like, oh, there's like 2 left. This is my last day to actually properly sort this out because on Tuesday I'm gonna go up to Manchester. And today is my last day to make sure that everything is where they need to be because Monday I'm designating that day for packing up my luggage and cleaning my house because I'm going to be gone for the week. I'm honestly happy with how this kind of looks. Obviously there's some stuff that I still need to do. I still haven't wrapped my glass tumblers yet and I wanted to turn some of my keychain designs into die cut stickers. So I've got Born to Yak, Forced to Work, Just a Permanently Exhausted Pigeon, and I Will Rise But I Will Not Shine. Those are stickers that I personally want to add to the shop. For the I Will Rise But I Will Not Shine, I actually have an old version of the sticker. I've got an old version of the sticker here that I've made quite a lot of back in the day. So I think I'm going to add that to my catalogue too. I didn't show last time, but I also have a lot of these Frog of Prophecy, but spelled with a fr instead because, you know, it matches. And because I have so many of these designs, they don't actually fit on the acrylic stand. So I decided to make this little thing, similar to what I did for my prints display in Print Gully. Thank goodness I did Print Gully. So I came up with this, and then I have the glue dots that I used for the sticker packs. I just rolled some of the glue dots onto this, stuck the little sticker on so people can see what they look like from a distance. Because I didn't want to just leave these stickers as piles, as like just like that on the table, because I felt like that would look kind of bad. At some point I was thinking maybe I could use these dish racks to display my 5x7 prints, but I felt like it didn't look very good because this is flat. I might invest in getting the tiered one where it's like on an angle instead for the future. It's really funny because at first I thought a 3-tier display would be enough for my stickers, and then I realized actually no, it's not. Bought a 5-tier display, and now I'm using both of them and I still need a 7-tier display. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do now is to pack this down. So you can get a little time lapse of that. at with my packing. I have about half an hour to get my ass out the door. So we're in a little bit of a rush because I'm currently running my laundry. I wanted to wash my bedding before I left so I can come back to nice, clean, fresh sheets when I'm back from Manchester. I don't know how this happened. For my very first convention, I'm bringing 2 massive suitcases with me. But to be fair, this is what happens when you've got mugs and tumblers in your catalogue. So I'm taking the train up to Manchester and it's about a 3-hour journey. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get some work done, make some illustrations. I haven't made a catalogue post yet, so I need to go format some stuff so I can make that catalogue post. Oh, I will say one thing though, and I'm a little bit worried on how I'm going to survive because I do have 2 massive suitcases and then I have my backpack. Some of the more denser items like my laptop and my iPad are gonna go in my backpack, so I'm not actually sure how I'm going to manage. I think what I'm bringing with me is a little bit overkill because it's just so much stuff, but we'll see. I made it. Oh my god.
If you can see in the back, right there and over there, those are my suitcases. I was making such a fool of myself on my way here because originally I was going to try to take the bus so I didn't have to move around because it's more direct. In classic Anis fashion though, I managed to be so incredibly late. I originally planned that I'm going to take the second last bus. I somehow managed to miss both the second last and the last bus, so I had to take the tube, which is fine, aside from the fact that there's a lot of stairs. So I was making an absolute fool of myself. I had like 4 or 5 different people helping me out at every single turn, which was really embarrassing, and I kept dropping everything. Dropped my stuff so many times, but I finally made it. That's why I haven't been able to do a montage, because it was so stressful trying to get my stuff into this darn train. I do need to change at Crewe, so it's not a direct train because I want to save some money. Now I am kind of regretting it because I am so gross. I feel so gross and sweaty right now. I did manage to get myself a little halloumi avocado muffin at Lyon. That should make me feel a little bit better. I am really annoyed though because my wrist has again started acting up at the most horrific time, but I can't complain. I did this to myself, and at least I managed to get my ass onto the train. I should arrive Manchester at about 2 o'clock-ish, a little later than 2. But yeah, on our way to Manchester. Things are starting to get very real right now. It's actually really crazy to see that we're now within the week of Hyper Japan, because obviously I've been prepping for this since August, and to see everything come together now is insane. It literally feels like yesterday when I was just putting in display items into my basket when I was back in Hong Kong. I hope this is working and you can hear me. I have just arrived in Manchester and I'm currently waiting for the bus to get to my uncle's shop. Oh, the bus is coming. That's my bus. Okay, I'm gonna go put you away now so I can go on the bus. It's such a cute vibe. We've got Christmas markets happening. I usually would do like a POV, me moving stuff, but I am one person with 2 suitcases, so I'm gonna put you away again. Ooh, I am currently at my uncle's print shop, and look what we have here. Big Epson printer. We're going to print out one of my prints and see how it goes. This is an A3 print of my raccoon. How exciting! Hello there. It is now quite late at night, but I decided to just go out for a little stroll because my aunt and uncle are currently busy with some customers and I won't be able to get some of my prints made until obviously when they're free, because I'm literally just butting my way into their business right now. So if you can't see, that right behind me is St. Anne's Arcade, and that's where my auntie and uncle have their shop based. So I thought I was going to just have a little walk around the little market outside and just have a little look because it's really cute here. Look at all of the Christmas stuff. I'm now on my way back to my uncle's shop. As you can see, St. Anne's Arcade. And this is where and if you see over there in the distance, it says advanced photo, 1 hour photo, because he's super fast. And that's my auntie and uncle working inside. So I've actually managed to get some prints made. So I've only decided to print a couple of A3 prints. So I've got those made. I'll show you those in a second. But we're currently working on the A4 prints right now. They've got different printers for different things. So we still got to adjust the colors for the A4 prints right now. I'm actually leaving my inventory here in their shop overnight up until I do the convention, when I can finally move everything into Manchester Central. I feel like we're doing quite good on time. It's a lot less stressful from now because in terms of making the stuff here in preparation for the convention, I have quite a few mugs that I already have. I think I probably want to make about 6 mugs. I think I only have about 6 mugs that I actually want to make for the coasters. Definitely a lot more, but here we print 4 coasters at a time and I've got the whole day tomorrow, so I think that's what I'm planning on doing. So I think I'm planning on using the whole day tomorrow to print my coasters and then use the morning of Thursday to kind of clean up stuff. Maybe I can go out a little bit and find the other people who are doing Hyper Japan. If people are free, can hang out or something. For Hyper Japan, the setup time is from 4 o'clock, so some people will be coming in before that. So we could probably hang out a little bit before the complex opens up for us to actually go in. Very excited. The prints actually look pretty good. I was going to show you, but my camera was kind of dead, so I had to charge it a little bit. And then I got distracted. But another thing I wanted to add is that I tried to apply for MegaCon Manchester. I've also tried to apply for London and Birmingham. I didn't get it because the tables were all sold out by the time I tried to apply. They have finally put me on a wait list though, so fingers crossed, pray for me that I managed to get tables for those. I've kind of been feeling like I've done all of this work just for this singular convention, and I obviously don't want that to be the case, so I'm hoping that I can get more cons. But yeah, I'll see you in a little bit.
That's coming out even more purple than before. Oh no. I think this one's gonna come out alright. Yes, Mamo looks good. I like this one. I think this is good. Join. Yeesh. I think anything that's pink isn't coming out right. I think that's what it is. Unfortunately, I have a lot of pink in my art. Like all of my paintings have some kind of pink in it. Yeah, that's also a bit too light now. And oh, they're warm. 我觉得这个好啊. I think this came out really good. Look at it. I'm happy with this. This is my favorite. Trying to adjust colors is so funny. Look at the difference. It still looks good. It's just not pink.
And now
Those
people,
are the purple.
Now people like the purple like that.
Really?
Yeah. This is the fashion color.
Here we go. Let's go. Toasty and warm. Guess who's printing the A4 sheets? I'm so excited. I look so green because there's a green screen behind me. But I haven't shown you what the A3 prints look like. I probably should have taken out my microphone, but I'm too lazy. All of these A3 prints. I've got Raider. Love. Oh, I think you can't really tell through the plastic, but whatever. You can kind of get the gist. A bunch of Mau Mau prints. I'm really hoping these sell because I think she looks really good. And this comic strip of Foobs and Grog. This is mainly for myself, to be honest. I don't think anyone's gonna buy it, but it brings me joy, okay? It brings me joy. And then I have you still have time, you don't have to rush, you don't have to have it all figured out. Little motivational poster type thing. And my absolute favorite, because this speaks to me on a spiritual level, please don't yell at me. I'm gonna go format some more of these files to print A4, and then we can move on to printing coasters. One of my glass tumbler designs I want to turn into a coaster, and I'm hoping that does okay, but because it is a food and grog one, it's, you know, it's for myself. I have, again, no expectations. Basically, I've sold out on some of my raccoon coasters a while back, so I need to actually restock on those. And I also have a new coaster design. Technically, it is the one for my glass tumbler, which is the drink more water one. And I want to make a couple of those as well. I think I'm going to make 4 of those. Hopefully they sell. And I've also got very low stock on 2 of my raccoon mug designs and my clown design. So I think I'm going to make a couple of those as well, each. We'll see how they do. And then tomorrow is going to be setup day for Hyper Japan. So I actually have a bit of time tomorrow afternoon as well. No, morning till afternoon as well, in case things run over today. Should be good. Hello, it is another morning. It is Thursday today, and you know what that means? It's convention setup day. Except that happens at 4. We still got time, thank goodness, because we haven't made the mugs yet, and I haven't cut the prints, the A4 prints out. We already printed all of the coasters. I will show you that in a second. I'm very excited. I think they look really good. We've already printed out the sublimation paper for the mugs. So all we've got to do, I say all we've got to do, is just press them. And then later on, at about 4 o'clock, I'm gonna go and drop off my stuff at the con and start setup. I think this is gonna end up being like the last day. Yeah, this is the last day for this episode of the vlog. I'm gonna do a separate video for Hyper Japan. We need to have breakfast first though. We've pulled out the guillotine. It's time to chop up some prints. Here's my prints. Let's cut them out. I didn't show the coasters yesterday, I'm going to do those now. Here is my stack of coasters. Some of these raccoon alignments. These used to do really well, and then I sold out, and then I forgot that I sold out, and then I never restocked them. Made these. They're mine! It's like the old render of the Your Trash is My Treasure raccoon. This one also did pretty well. Also same thing, I forgot to restock it. An old design that I did not like as a sticker, so it only exists in coaster form. And hypothetically keychains, I don't know if I want to bring that back. It's this really cute little possum, chubby possum, and I've made 8 of these, but a couple of them have a bit of banding because it was the first print coming out of the sublimation printer, which hasn't really been used in a while, so those ones are going to be B grades. A new design, which is my Foobs in Grog Drink More Waters. Earlier on, you would have seen me wrap this onto my glass tumblers, so I've also turned it into coasters as well. It's basically a cheaper alternative for this design than my glass tumblers, because I know it's quite expensive because it's a glass tumbler, and also this is more durable. So those are my coaster designs. I'm gonna have to label the price tags on them. I was talking to my uncle, realized I was underselling myself, so I'm changing prices on some of the stuff. And then today, in a little bit, we're gonna press my mugs, and then I think that's everything that I need sorted, aside from a couple of like general things I need to print out, like my convention inventory sheet, and then obviously I need to stick my price tags on everything. So I feel like we're really good on time. Printed out a couple of each design just so I'm not overstocking, also because it's a lot of stuff to carry with me. I am planning on restocking throughout the weekend if things do sell out. I feel like it's very unlikely. I honestly don't have very high expectations, especially for things like mugs and coasters. Like I'm not sure if homeware will sell really well, so we'll find that out together. It's currently 20-1, so we're actually really good on time. I didn't film it earlier on, but I also cut out the border for the A3 prints as well, so they actually are A3. What I am going to do now is wait for the mugs to cool off because they're really warm and very toasty, and I'm scared. So when the mugs come in, they come in these plastic baggies, and I want to put the plastic bags back on them just to protect them a little bit. And I know the cardboard is quite protective, but I just wanted to make sure that they're ultra protected. So I'm gonna wait for those to cool down so I'm not melting the plastic, and then I am going to pack my suitcase proper. There's still some space in my suitcase, so I'm gonna put some of my mugs in there, and because there's empty space right now, things have just been rattling inside of my suitcase, which is not ideal. So I've got to reorganize all of that. And also, because I restocked some of my coasters as well, I need to update my inventory for how many coasters I have for tomorrow. Once I finish counting my inventory, I'm going to update my sheet and then print it out, and then I'm going to go ahead and fix up some of the price tags before 4 o'clock rolls around. Again, as I said before, Manchester Central is like a 10-minute walk away from my uncle's shop, which is very convenient for me. So when 4 o'clock rolls around, I'm going to head off to the venue and meet some friends on the way. I will see you in a second. Hyper Japan. This is what I've done with my setup. I'm very excited. Because we're leaving this overnight and I don't have a cloth to cover up my stall, I have decided... Oh, I need to sneeze. Oh my goodness. Because we're all leaving our stuff overnight and I don't have a cloth to cover up my stuff, I have decided that I'm not going to put out my items until tomorrow, so I'm going to do a proper filming of that then. But yeah, I guess this is it. This is the end of the video. Here is, again, a look at what I've done so far. And then I'm gonna head home, have a good night's rest. Then the venue opens at about 8 o'clock for us to come back in to continue setting up. So I think I'll be in at about 9-ish, 10-ish. And then doors open at 12 for the general public to come in. I do still have quite a bit of time before tomorrow. There's still some people who haven't set up their tables yet. I'm assuming I'm going to be able to meet my table partner tomorrow, so that'll be kind of fun.
But yeah, I am quite happy with how this display looks. I think it's pink enough. Overall, I'm very pleased, especially with this being my very first convention, my very first display. I think this is the end of the video. I will see you tomorrow and in the next video. Bye!